My name is Trishy Marie, and I am a certified life coach, executive producer, and entrepreneur.
I'm Lottazay, singer, songwriter, artist, battle rapper, filmmaker. Just call me a CNI, a creator and innovator, man. Long Branch, Jersey, we here.
And we make the Carters.
We the Carters, man.
And this is our new show, Now That the Kids
are asleep.
Podcast.
And they really are asleep right now, so we got to utilize this time.
And be a little quiet at the same time. You know, be a little quiet. We don't want to wake them up. You guys know, if you're parents, you understand. So this show is specifically for parents, couples, single people who just want relationship advice. We're going to be talking about healing, mental health, marriage. What else will we be talking about?
A little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything.
Sharing our experiences and hoping you guys can get something from it and apply it to y'all life, or even if you haven't been there yet, just learning from other people, that's taking different walks in their life. And, you may need to hear this, at some point in your life. You may not be there, like I said, but hey, knowledge is key, man.
Right.
You can never have too much of it.
Exactly, and if we can help you on the journey with our story and the stories from our guests, we would love to do that, because this is what the show's about. It's about spreading knowledge and also love, right?
Absolutely.
So speaking of love, we wanted to dedicate this episode about who are the Carters.
Yeah,
who are the Carters? How did we meet?
To go forward, we got to go back.
Right. So we didn't want to go and jump into topics without really explaining who we are and what makes our relationship so special. So, babe, do you want to start it off?
Nah, you got to start, because
oh my gosh,
my memory a little spotty. You know what I'm saying?
Please, he knows the story. He just wants me to do all the talking, ladies. You guys understand. So let's 2014, 2015, run it back. 2014, I think, is when we first started communicating. Okay, so we're gonna run it all the way back. So about 2014, I want to say, I was probably single for about 2 years or so. I had just got a toxic relationship that was a 7-year relationship. So I dedicated 2 years of my life to focus on my healing and myself. And I was at this stage, ladies, I was just fuck these dudes, they're not shit. So I was really focusing on myself, and I'm all right, let's get my mental health together. Let's get my career together. And in the process of that, I guess I have to rewind it a little bit. So when I was with my ex that we're talking about, this name Lottazay would pop up often. It would pop up often. His roommate would say, hey, because rewind a little. I was a radio personality at the time, blogger. So I would interview a lot of hip hop artists, TV reality shows, you name it. I was interviewing people. So my ex's roommate at the time was like, hey, you should interview this guy Lottazay. And I'm okay, cool. They're he's a battle rapper. And for me, I'm not familiar with the battle rap community. So I'm just okay, yeah, he's a battle rapper, cool. When we get to that point, we'll meet. But my ex and his roommate were so persistent on me meeting this guy. They just kept saying, hey, meet Lottazay. And then my ex was fronting you guys were friends at the time.
Yeah,
which is
I didn't know this guy.
Weird, because he's hey, cool, you should interview him. Weird.
I did not do this.
Anyway, so fast forward, I'm single. I'm really focusing on my career. I'm building a name and a brand for myself in New Jersey at the time. So my ex's roommate, we still remain friends because he used to date my best friend. So we were just kind of that brother-sister vibe. So he calls me one day and he's like, hey, I really want you to meet this guy, Lottazay, and I want to put you on the phone with him. And I'm okay, because the name rings a bell. They've always talked about him. So I'm okay, let's do it. So this guy literally drives all the way to where I live, which he's probably 30 minutes from me, right? Drives all the way to me just to put me on the phone with Lottazay. And I'm why couldn't you just call us on three-way? I'm not quite sure why you had to drive all the way over here. So he's like, no, I had to be here to experience this. So I'm like, okay, like, whatever. So before we even get in the conversation, I'm like, yo, Aaron, that's his name. I'm like, I'm not trying to get into no relationship. I'm not trying for him to hit on me. Like, let him know it's strictly business.
And I was on my business too. I was traveling. I was in London. I was in...
You was in Canada.
No, I was saying I was all over the world. You know what I mean? So I really wasn't looking for a relationship like that. Yeah. Really, because I was busy. I was super busy. And the bro just kept hitting me up too. He was just like, you gotta meet her. You gotta meet her. Y'all just gotta link. You know, he didn't even really have a reason why. He was just like, y'all just gotta meet. It just gotta happen. And same thing. Like, I wasn't really looking for nothing. And initially, even when we linked and talked the first time, we didn't even, it was short.
Yeah,
and then we didn't even really speak for a little bit after that.
So Aaron comes, I remember I was getting an oil change, so he comes and he's like, hey, get on the phone. We spoke, we chopped it up a little. I remember Aaron said that he told you, like, hey, like, you know, strictly business. You just got a relationship. So we spoke for a little. Very, very short conversation. I think both of us was just kind of like, all right, yeah, we'll set it up, set something up, whatever. And I think, was it a year or like a couple months passed by, right?
Yeah.
I think it was like a couple of months that passed by, and we didn't really communicate. I think we exchanged social media.
I think we moving a lot.
Yeah, we exchanged Instagrams. So we exchanged Instagrams, and that's kind of like, you know, the new way of contact at this time. So fast forward, I got a radio personality job in New York, and I posted something on Instagram, and I was just really excited. I'm like, oh my God, finally I got this position in New York, and you had commented under.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Congratulated you.
Yeah, you congratulated me, and then I said, we still need to do that interview. We still need to link up to do that interview. And then you DM'd me and was like, do you have the same number? I think you said something along the lines of that. So then I'm like, yeah. So then it kind of went from the DMs to the text messages.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, because I feel like...
I don't know where it went to something else. I think we just naturally just hit it off with natural conversation, you know, and because it wasn't really sexual at all. It was just...
No, we were just like vibing. Yeah.
It was just vibing.
We were just vibing. I think we talked a little bit about business and what each other did, you know, because like I said, I wasn't really familiar with battle rap, so I was just like, cool. Remember you sent me your music, and you was like, I make music, and I was like, oh, this is real dope. But yeah, at first it was very much like, kind of like, this is what I do, this is what you do. We were exchanging each other's links to like our portfolio, basically. And then somehow it just started to lead into a little flirtatious stuff.
Yeah.
You definitely started that.
I don't remember what, but yeah. Nature happens.
So yeah, he definitely kind of started to swerve a little into the flirty vibes, but for me, what I really loved and appreciated was that he was really trying to get to know my mental. You know, because at this point I was just over dudes. I really was. I was just like, come on, it's the same thing. Not interested in just that whole... I don't like small conversation. I'm a real deep person, so I want my mind to be stimulated. So the questions that you were asking definitely were like, okay, let me see where his head's at. But I really didn't think anything of it, to be honest with you. Like, we were
just vibing.
We were getting to know each other, but like it was just like...
Just having a human experience, which is, you know what I mean? Just... it wasn't really... It was just organic, I guess you could say that's the word.
It took off. Like, after I feel like... So we were texting for a while. For a couple of months, right?
Yeah.
For a couple of months, we were like texting. I don't think we ever really physically met at first.
No, we talked for a while.
Yeah, we talked for a while.
We talked for a long while.
And at this time, we were both living in New Jersey, so we were talking for a while. And I think eventually, like, it was just kind of like, you know, again, your little flirtatious, like, what you doing this weekend? We should link up. And we did.
We've been together ever since.
Yeah, and I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. We're gonna be transparent, honest here, right? So the first time we did hang out, he did end up sleeping over at my house, which was weird because like that was something I wasn't like really like, but there was like a comfort. And I didn't see it like, oh, a sexual thing, like, oh, he's sleeping over, like, you know, we're gonna do something sexual. I saw it as we're gonna vibe, we're gonna chill, we're gonna get to know each other, I'm gonna get to pick his brain and see what he's about, and that was it, right?
Yeah, that was it.
That was, you know, it. But ever since we met, we literally were together every day since, unless one of us had business to take care of in a different
every
state.
Single day. Every single
but
day.
Yeah, every single day, and it's something that happened organically and naturally. Right?
Yeah.
Like it was something that I can't explain it, but to me, I'm a deep person, so I'm like, okay, this is something that has purpose and is something bigger than I can even imagine, because like we said, we both weren't looking for something, but it came our way, and it came our way in the perfect time. You know, I was on my spiritual journey, he was on his spiritual journey. We both knew what we wanted. We both were working on ourselves to make those changes within ourselves, and I think naturally, like, our mindsets connected to.
Yeah, we
our
was
careers connected.
On the same wavelength. We was just one mind, one body, one soul.
Right.
Going in the same directions. Different aspirations, but kind of all aligning in the same purpose.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like when we both that night when we actually physically met, and we were just sitting down vibing, and we were telling each other our visions and our dreams. It was like when he was telling me his dreams, I can see them. So he's telling me them, and I'm like, yeah, like I can see it. I'm like, wow, like I can. And then I'm like adding on to it. I'm like, yeah, and then we can do this, and we can do that. And then when I'm telling him my dreams, he's like, yeah, I can see it. And he's also even telling me, okay, like I know those are your dreams, but I see it even bigger. Like I see it a big brand. Like I see you doing this. I see you doing that. I see it being this. And I'm just like, wow, like, yeah. Like, it was interesting how our dreams complemented each other, our mindsets. I think we both went through something similar in our relationships, in our past relationships, that made us really be like, okay, we really want the real thing. We really want the real commitment, and we're ready. Both of us were ready to give that to each other. Yeah. So I guess that's really the that's a long story summed up very short. Yeah. Very, very short.
Very, very short.
But throughout this podcast, you'll get to know us a little bit more. We'll, go through our story, our path, our journey, because, of course, we can't give all of the hot tea in one episode. But that's really, right, to sum it up.
Yeah, that's really it.
So I guess my question would be to you, babe. How did you know I was the one? How did you know, I was going to be the one you were going to marry? Because we got married pretty quick. We got married within a year, right?
Yeah.
Within a year, we got married. You proposed within the first 6 months, and then within a year, we got married.
Yeah.
So, how did you know?
I mean, it was pretty easy to me, because anything that I think about, anything that I do, I always think about the bigger picture. My wife would be the first to vouch for me when it comes to that. Nobody could come to me with just a simple idea. I always think of the bigger picture. So everything in my life, in every aspect, I look in the bigger picture. So when I think of the person that I'm with every day, I look at the bigger picture in that sense. And I say to myself, can I see myself being with this person every day for the rest of my life, doing the same thing that we do every day? Even if it was just this and nothing changed, and we didn't go up or down and everything just stayed the same, even if it went down, good, bad, no matter what, can I be with this person, walk with this person through the rest of my life? And that was an easy answer to me, being from where I've been and things that I've seen and my experiences, and just knowing what I wanted out of life. You know what I mean? It was a very easy decision. Very easy decision.
Oh, babe. Babe, give me a kiss. Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
You know
So, do you think that, I hope I didn't get lip gloss on you. Do you think that saying or like that metaphor, like when you know, you just know, is like something that is true?
It's true. It's true.
Yeah, because I feel the same way. Like, oddly enough, like when we were hanging out, I remember we were watching Box Trolls. We were watching Box Trolls on, I think it was like Netflix or something. And I was sick, actually. I remember I was sick. I had like the sniffles and stuff. So like I remember he put his arms around me, and when he put his arms around me, I know this sounds so like cliche and stuff, but there was like a feeling of home. There was like a connection that I was like, ooh, this is very familiar to me. And it was weird because I think me and you just kind of hit it off naturally, in a sense, like we knew each other. Mm-hmm. I wasn't shy. I don't think you were shy. I think we were just like
because we have
chilling,
been talking for so long already.
Like we were just chilling, kicking it, like we knew each other forever.
For
so there was a weird comfort of home. And that moment when I felt that, I'm like, okay, I've never felt that before. And I kind of felt like when people say, like, when you know, and it was just kind of a moment where it was like, this is different. Like, this is different. Is this the guy? Like, is this the guy I'm going to marry? And I remember, like, leaving after that, you know, that day passed. I was telling my mom, I was talking to my mom, I was like, I think this may be my husband. She was like, really? I was like, yeah, I don't know. I think this is my husband. And it was so interesting because it's just like, you don't know, because you're like, I could be wrong. Yeah. I could be tripping.
I could have been crazy.
Yeah, but something about this feels right. And we got married within a year. And we're still married with 7 years together.
Yes.
7 years together, 5 years married.
Yeah.
And our marriage is beautiful. We have 2 beautiful kids together, and we have a blended family. I have 2 beautiful bonus children. So that's another thing we can talk about on this podcast.
Yeah.
Dealing with blended families.
Shouts to my babies.
Yes. Shout out to our babies. You'll be able to see them. We'll probably have them one day on the podcast. But the show is called Now That the Kids Are Asleep. So we want them to sleep so we can do this.
And I'm sure we'll have some cameos.
Interruptions.
At some point.
Yeah, but this show is really, we want to talk about parenting. We want to shed light on that because we're young parents.
Yeah.
You know, we're young parents and there's no manual to parenting. So we want to share our journey with you, and hopefully you guys can share your journey in the comments below and let us know topics that you want to discuss, with whether that be marriage, parenting, mental health, family, what else? Any of that good stuff.
Anything, man.
Yeah.
And if you feel like you want to come on the show, give us a holler, man.
Yeah, and make sure you hit that button down below and subscribe to Now That the Kids Are Asleep on YouTube, and make sure you follow us on Instagram at Now That the Kids Are Asleep, and it's the Carters.
It's the Carters.
It's the Carters, and we'll have that
with a Z
down below. So make sure you follow that. So yeah, babe, we talked about how we met. Mm-hmm. We talked about how'd you know I was the one. Do you have any questions?
How'd you know I was the one? You know what I'm saying? Let me ask the question back. Ooh.
Well, I kind of answered that a little, because I was like, when you put your arms around me, I felt.
You're right. All right. What about when it came down to marrying me?
Well, when it came down to marrying you, I'm not gonna lie.
Because being the one and saying somebody's the one,
committing,
and
right?
Committing to marriage is 2 different things.
It is 2 different things, right? Exactly, because commitment is commitment. It's commitment for real. So, and in my background, I come from a background where my parents were married for 23 years and then got a divorce, and my whole life came crumbling down. So, I got to a point, I think I was just kind of like scared of marriage, because I was just like I seen how the beauty of it, but I also seen how it can be so ugly. So I think before I met you, I already told you I was kind of on the vibe where I was like, no kids.
Yeah.
I don't want a husband right now. I want to focus on my career, you know, be independent.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that changed quick. But but yeah, I was a little not scared of marrying you, but scared, I guess, of the idea of failing in marriage and what comes with it, and experiencing that as a kid. You know, it's very traumatic. And not even like, I wasn't like a young kid per se. I was a teenager, like 18 years old, so I was able to understand everything that was going on. And sometimes I think it's worse when you're older.
Yeah.
Because you can really process everything and understand. So you're in the middle. And, you know, my background, I am Dominican and Puerto Rican, so a lot of men in my life that I've seen, from my father to the uncles to, you know, were cheaters. And that was something that I think I dealt with for a long time, was that fear of infidelity. Because I'm just like, I've seen it so much, like in my household. I've seen it in my uncles. I've seen it here and there. And I'm just like, you know, so that was another thing that I was just like, okay, I don't want to have to deal with that in marriage. But I think with you, you made me feel so safe and secure. And I think it's so true what they say, is that a woman will become submissive to the right man. Because I think meeting you, like, you kind of made me submissive in a weird way. Like, not in a bad way submissive. Like, I'm not like, sir, do you want some water? Like, nah. Like, in a way of, like, he made me soft. You made me able to bring out more of my feminine side. And I thought that was dope, because you made me feel comfortable enough to do that. You know, that's what a lot of women, I mean, in my opinion, I think a lot of women are seeking for that comfort, to be able to let their feminine energy come out without feeling scared of, I guess, being betrayed. You know what I'm saying? So you made me feel that way. So I think that when we were on the verge of, when you proposed, which, by the way, we have to get into that in another episode.
Yeah.
That was cute.
Absolutely.
That was cute.
Can't
But,
give it all away.
Yeah. So when we were on the verge of getting married, I think I was just kind of like, you know, I knew we were on the same page mentally, and I knew that I was willing to commit and be loyal to you just as much as you were willing to commit and be loyal to me, which made me realize, okay, like, not only is he going to be my husband and he's my boyfriend right now, but he's like my best friend and he's my life partner. He's somebody that I feel like we can go through this life together, and I can trust you. Yeah. Not just with infidelity and cheating and stuff, but like finances, I can trust you. I can trust you with my vision. You know, I can trust you when it comes to partner. Yeah, a real life partner. So I thought that was really cool that I felt that right away, and I was just kind of like, okay, I'm ready to do this. I'm ready to do this. And we had a cute little wedding.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was cute. We had a cute little wedding. We got married at the courthouse.
Word.
That's real love, though.
Word, man.
That's real love.
The real wedding coming soon, man.
So, yeah, we definitely want to renew our vows.
Y'all invited, man.
Yeah, it was cute. We're going to have some pictures. Maybe we could put some pictures up.
Yeah, of course,
so you can see. It was really cute and simple. And for me, it was not about the wedding. It was about me and you, like, really committing to each other that day, and not with everyone around. We had just our moms around and our best friends, and really making that commitment to each other. It was beautiful. It was something that I feel like I wouldn't regret it. Like, if we can go back and have like a big wedding, I don't think I would want one. Like, now, yeah, we can do it because we can celebrate our love.
Renewing our vows and stuff.
Yeah, but then I
mean, but that's the way we planned it when we did it. We didn't, you know, we wanted it to be just people that, you know, we cared about and they cared about us. And
right.
Wasn't really about the extras.
Right. It wasn't to show off our love. It was for us to be there with the people that have really supported our relationship and have been there to be by our side, you know. And not to say that there weren't other people that support our relationship, because There were. You know, it was just kind of like a moment where it was sacred, you know, and I think that's something that's beautiful about our marriage and our relationship is that it's sacred. It's, you know, me and him are both spiritual, and we're connected within ourselves, but also with Source. So I think it was just protecting our energy and knowing that this was just about us.
Yeah, absolutely. Always about us.
So, Papas,
All we got is us.
Any more questions before we go?
What is it about me the most that attracted you about me?
That's a good question. That's a good question. So I think for me, mostly because I didn't really meet you physically. So like we were going off Instagram pictures, and of course I found you attractive, but for me it wasn't really just the attraction. Okay, the attraction was like, okay, he's cute. That gets you like into the door, right? But then to get deeper in, it's like, okay, he's cute. Yeah, that's good. You know, looks is one thing, but it was really your mindset. I think right off the gate, like once I started talking to you, I could see that your mind was like on a different vibration. And that's what I was seeking. I was seeking someone that I'm like, I want to be understood. I want someone to listen. I want someone to help me create my vision. I want someone to see the vision. Like, so I think with you, it was really the mind too. Like, it was just, I'm a sapiosexual. So if you don't know what that is, look it up. It's to be mentally stimulated. So it was just like conversations. Like, you can tell you care by the way you, like, the questions you ask and the thoughts and the little efforts that you put in to do things or say. So that was that. And like I said, it was just it still is. There's just some level of comfort, of home, this feeling of comfortability, you know, but also like you already know, I find your creativity like so sexy. I love that. Like when he tells me stuff and he's giving me his ideas, I'm just like, Like, not that I'm not receiving the ideas, but I'm like, that's my baby right there. Like, I just love his mind. I love the mind. I love the soul. I love his spirit. I love how he's so kind and compassionate and sweet. Also crazy, but I love that. But I just love you. Like, I can't, it was just, there was just something about our energy that just connected us so it was just like immediately, like, I think after our conversation, like I said, I think immediately I was just kind of like, okay, his mind is so sexy. Did you ever hear that before? The mind is sexy.
No.
It's true though, like, and of course I find you sexy, baby. You know you're my sexy papi. But it was just all of that in one. It was just like, I kept telling you, remember I would say, like, you're too good to be true. It's like, you're too good to be true. Like, I don't know about this. When are you going to start acting up? When I'm about to find some... Like, it was just weird because it was just like, on my spiritual journey, I had asked the universe, I'm like, listen, I am ready to be the woman that I know I can become. And in order for me to attract the man that I want, I have to be that version, right? So I started to work on myself, and I'm just like, all right, bring me a man that does this, bring me a man that does that, bring me a man that does this. And it was just like he came in, and it was just like, it was kind of creepy at the same time, like, who sent you? But, you know, not to say our relationship has been completely... completely easy, but in the sense of just like everything has been imperfectly perfect, you know, and I love that. So, but what about you?
So you gonna ask my question back to me?
You don't have to.
I mean, one thing that's like super important to me is just how much you care. You know what I mean? Like that's primary to me. You know what I mean? Like, you know, you wanting to, you know, caring if I eat, You know what I'm saying? I'm a grown person. I can take care of myself, but just the fact that you would care about stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? Just checking on me, like making sure I'm good. A lot of people just going about their life and just don't, you know what I mean, just don't check. Where I was at in the point of my life, man, like no, there was nobody that ever did that. You know what I'm saying? On that kind of level, you know what I'm saying? And with that type of love and that type of, you know, just willing to just do whatever and go through whatever with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the plan? You know what I mean? Like, and to me, you know, on top of us having a lot of the same similarities and a lot of the same interests, us being on the same different paths, but, you know, at the same points in life as far as, you know, our spiritual awakenings and where, you know, where our life beliefs and just where our aspirations was. It's just, our dreams was just, they just, you know, they just went together. You know what I'm saying? Just all of the, just basically the best way I can explain it is just we was compatible. You know what I mean? It was like a perfect Lego piece, a perfect puzzle, a perfect shoe made just for myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, it, you know, it just all makes sense. You know, when you know, you just know. You know what I mean? And then, of course, you got the pluses of, you know, your beautiful spirit. You know, you beautiful, period. You know what I'm saying? Sexy to the world. Like, you know what I mean? And just never wanting to break the cipher of what we got going on. And that's not even just in a relationship sense, just like the chemistry we got. And that's the reason why we've always been together since we've been together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
I definitely think we'll get more into that because a lot of people think, especially like the people that we know and see our relationship, like, you know, we're really great for each other and we have a really healthy relationship, but we had to get to that point within ourselves as individuals to have this healthy marriage and relationship. Yeah. You know, we both had time, and we'll get, like we said, we'll get into that in different episodes, where you had your path before me, I had my path, and our paths led us to this spiritual awakening, which led us to focus on ourselves and, you know, things that we wanted to work on to become better persons for our potential partner, right? Yeah. So I think that's important for people to understand, is that you do have to work on yourself as an individual. You know, look at yourself in the mirror and say, hey, you know, we like to blame a lot of others in our past relationships, right? And be like, all right, this person did this, but also too, like, how did you, like, you have to take accountability. Like, what part did you play in the relationship? Yeah. Right? And when you're having this honest moment with yourself, at that point you can start to work on those things. Okay, like, I did this. So then at that time when we were both single, we're working on the things that we weren't proud of, you know, our behaviors, our actions, or our insecurities or traumas and stuff. So working on that helped us, I think, become that person for each other. Yeah. You know, because I don't, like I tell you all the time, if you would have met me, like, couple years before then, like, I don't know if I would be the same version of myself now. Yeah. So it's interesting how our journeys led here, which is beautiful. It's beautiful. Yeah. Our love is beautiful.
Yeah. And that's another thing. We give each other room to grow, man. We don't judge each other. We let each other tweak it out. You know what I mean? Like, right. Whatever you go through, tweak it out. You go cry. You go flip some shit over, flip it over, get it out. You know what I mean? We let each other go through the motions to become who we gonna be, so we can be the best versions of ourselves for each other.
Yeah. And I think what's really important about our relationship is that we grow together. Yeah. You know, and I think that's what keeps our foundation so solid and grounded, is that even though we may not be doing the same exact thing at the same time, per se, right? But when we are on the journey of growing, it's like we're we're exchanging knowledge. You know,
Yeah.
we're on a path where, like, eventually if I start doing something, he may not be on the path right now, which is fine. We embrace that. It's like, okay, your journey's your journey, my journey's my journey. But eventually you end up, like, we always end up, like, meeting.
Right on the same.
Right, so we end up, like, just growing together. And I think it's important, too, in relationships.
Naturally.
Is to have friendships. Like, this is my best friend. You know, because in relationships, not every day you're going to like each other. Right? So it's like, I may not like my husband today, but he's still my best friend. So are we going to watch this Netflix movie?
Yeah.
Like, are we still going to pick it, you know? But, so I think it's important to have that friendship in the relationship and that lover mentality as well, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because we are going to get old.
Yeah.
You know, and who knows?
I mean, just human beings in general are just ever changing. So, you know, you can't ever say you got to know anyone. You know what I mean? People change every day. So it's like the movie with Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore. You got to get to know somebody every day.
Yeah. And to be honest, we're not the same people we were when we first met each other. Like, when I first met you, I was a blogger and I was doing radio personality and fashion.
Yeah.
And now I am a life coach. I'm a certified life coach, right? Put some respect on my name. A certified life coach, executive producer for a reality show called Soul Sisters Reality Show. Go check it out.
Check it
on
out.
YouTube right now. A director, which it's like, interesting enough, meeting him was so much part of my purpose too, because he helped me find new purposes and new, I don't want to say hobbies, but new career paths that I never... New ventures that I never knew that I would even explore.
Endeavors.
Yeah, like, he's always, when I first met him, he was always, like, into the film. And I was like, okay, cool, you know, like, because I'm a blogger and I do a lot of interviews. So I'm like, this is good. This complements each other. But I never really thought, like, I would be behind the cameras directing and putting a show together.
Yeah.
And I think you gave me that freedom by when he would work on his projects, doing music videos or creating your show, you gave me that freedom to kind of just be like, hey, I see you doing your thing. Go ahead. I'm not going to stop you. And it led me to, like, create my own path in that. And that's pretty dope too, is because, like we said, we change so much, and in our journeys we find our, like, it's like different paths that we start taking, but it's the same path. Yeah. Because even you, like, yeah, you're a music, you're a battle rapper, you're a songwriter, he's a videographer, but
CNI, man.
Right. CNI. Even you, you've changed so much since I've met you. Even, like, the man that you are today, it's like you're somewhat. I always tell him this. He's like a life coach. He's just not certified yet. Because, like, he'll be on the phone with his friends and he's always, like, pouring knowledge into people. He just always wants the best for someone. And I'm like, you're doing exactly what I'm doing. You just didn't go to school. You know, so it's interesting to see his path of work where now you actually do want to get certified eventually.
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely. Coming soon.
So it's like we changed a lot through the journey.
Yeah. I mean, we initially are doing something that we kind of always been doing since we were children. It's just coming back full surface, and the fact that we both are on the path just makes it just one big old energy bomb. You know what I'm saying? That just get laid on everything and everybody when we come through.
Yeah. And I think that's why we wanted to do the show, is because everywhere we go, like, I think our love is embraced and seen in the room. And the fact that we are not just lovers, we're best friends, but we're also business partners. Yeah. And just the lifestyle we live, I think people are intrigued by it. They're intrigued by how, like, we can do all of this together and not get tired of each other. Yeah. Or annoyed, or, like, we're still, like, we are still madly, I hate madly sounds so, we are still happily in love from the day we've met. So it's like, I think people are just like, how do you keep that spark alive? And people always have questions for us when it comes to relationships. So I'm like, okay, let's do the show. And of course, this genius comes up with this amazing name.
Yeah.
So I'm like, let's do it.
We gotta share the experiences, man. You know?
Yeah. So make sure you subscribe to Now That the Kids Are Asleep podcast on YouTube. But also comment down below any topics or discussions that you would like us to talk about here on the show.
Anything.
Yeah. Listen, we are inviting you into our family.
Yeah.
Just no negativity because we like to keep it peaceful here. Don't make me bring out the sage or the Palo Santo.
Yeah, I know I'm a battle rapper. Don't make me give you no bars now, man. Relax, man.
Right.
Chill. The Carters be cooling. You know what I'm saying? All happy vibes, good energy, peace and love. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Zen the fuck out. You know.
So, babe, anything else you want to say? I mean, this has been a really good first episode. I'm excited.
We got
all the jitters out.
We got so much, so many stories, so many side stories, so many backstories to the story that
because it's
I'm not even going to drop no more. So for this one, this is the introduction. Once again, for those who don't know me, I am Trishy Lottazay Carter from Long Branch, New Jersey. Father of 4, husband of a beautiful wife, beautiful life, all of that great stuff, great career, battle rapper, songwriter, filmmaker, all that stuff, man. Make sure you follow me, Lottazay NJ. If you see us talking to the side, we talking to our live family. Peace. Everybody on here, when y'all see this, make sure y'all go subscribe to Now That the Kids Are Asleep on YouTube. For those of y'all coming in late and wondering what the hell we looking at this way.
We have a request too, by the way. But yeah, so like you said, make sure you follow us. My name is Trishy Marie Carter, also known as Mrs. Carter. So follow me on Instagram at Trishy Marie. Make sure you follow my business accounts. Oh my God, there's like so many. At Soul Sisters reality show at Breaking the Industry. And we'll get into Breaking the Industry a little bit later because that's a whole another entity. And at Sure Shot Company, and we'll get into that business also. But I am a certified life coach. I am the executive producer of the new reality show, Soul Sisters reality show. I'm going to keep plugging that. Go check it out on YouTube right now. Season 1 is available. We're in post-production for season 2.
Yeah.
And I'm an entrepreneur, so this is what the show will be about.
We're going to be getting into a bunch of different talks about a bunch of different things.
Man.
We in so many other different things.
So I hope you guys enjoyed episode 1. Welcome to the Carter family. We will love to call you family, right? Familia. We are a blended family. So I'm Puerto Rican Dominican. My husband is African American. So, it's a fusion of culture.
So frito.
All right, guys. So make sure you guys continue to subscribe and like and comment. So we know that you guys really like the show, so we can continue to give you guys some good content. And we have exciting episodes to come. We have special guests. We have our friends joining us. We're going to have some entrepreneurs. We're going to talk about some good stuff. We're going to get juicy. And if we're a little low and quiet this episode, like we said, it's now that the kids are asleep. So we have to be quiet. The kids are asleep. Go get you some coffee. Get you
You already know once they wake up, it's a wrap. They up for the night.
Alrighty, guys. Well, we are going to send you off with a positive quote. And I'm going to do the quote that I did today on Instagram, which is, life is not a destination, it is a journey. So remember to embrace your path. Embrace your journey. There's no need to rush. You're exactly where you need to be at the right time, at the right moment. So we are out of here sending love. Let's do a little cheers. Sending love and vibes, you guys.